He speak, his suit be spoke. Okay, if you know that line. And some of you might know my friend I just mentioned him. He's tall, dark, and handsome. He's a Brazilian guy that I travel with. His name is Drigo. And Drigo struggled for a really long time because he's like, Chris, help me with my fit, help me with my fit. I don't know how many straight guys come in and tell me help me with my fit, and every time I mention something, they're like, I'm not doing that. They go right back to khakis and a t-shirt, or joggers, right? So he had to step into his discomfort. And he had some mental challenges around this, around the price of some of these clothes. He went shopping with me several times, but finally he whipped out his credit card and bought something I thought he would never buy. He spent $1,000. That's a lot. It's a lot of money. Guys don't buy expensive things usually. And I was surprised also because the clothes he decided to buy had a very different silhouette. And he told me, I'm uncomfortable wearing these clothes because I feel like I'm the center of attention. I don't like that. So here's the story. I hope I can do this. Okay, that's what it looks like, right? Yeah. So he and I were going to the finale of a TV show that I'm on. And he goes, Chris, I don't know what to do. I said, just drive over, wear your clothes, I'll fix the fit at my house. He shows up looking sort of like this, not quite like this. And I can tell he's like ready to crawl out of his skin. He doesn't want to do this. And I say, untuck this, tuck that, here, wear my tie, put this around. He goes, are you sure? I said, do you believe in me? He goes, yes. I said, don't worry, let's go. So we go out there, and usually when he travels with me, people look at him like the hired help. He's not the hired help. He's my dear friend and a collaborator, and he has clients and does wonderful things. And I feel offended when people look at him like that, or they look right through him. And I told him, when we're together, I want us to feel like we're part of the same band. I want people to look at you with the respect that you should command and deserve. So we're out there, and something strange had happened. We're standing in line to get tacos, and people come up to me and just move right past me and say, who are you? And they start asking, are you a designer? What do you do? Are you a judge, a celebrity? Who are you? And I was like standing back like a proud dad. I'm like, damn, it's working. It is working. So they went from, who are you, to who are you? So we do something, even though we tell people not to do it. We do judge a book by its cover. So those of you who are really ready to embody your whole brand, your whole identity, and you want to step out and be different, there's a couple things I want to share with you. Is think about fashion in 3 parts: shape, color, and texture. So let's go through the shape. Okay? There's a woman who's doing this. She's Kat from Finance. If you know Kat from Finance. Yep. Okay, 2 people. Thank you. All right. Kat from Finance is in finance, but what she does, and she's become famous for this, is she goes into to the bathroom and takes pictures of herself. And her fits are fire. I think I'm going to start wearing some of these things myself. But she also understands her body really well and how she poses to create these really interesting lines. There's a brand that I love, if you can't tell already, it's Y3, it's Yohji Yamamoto with Adidas, and I'm wearing the skirt right now, right? Not, fit as this person is, but look at the silhouette and the shape. How if you just change the way that the clothes fit you, you change the entire perception of who you are. And that's what Drigo is really uncomfortable with at the beginning. There's a brand called Acronym, and they're the kind of pioneers in tech apparel, if you know who they are. And the gentleman on the left is actually the designer. He's also their model, because when they first started, he had no money, so all the clothes were on him. I didn't realize that was him. But look at the drop crotch pants and the, what is that called, karagi, like a Japanese-inspired jacket. Okay, so you can change the silhouette and immediately change how people perceive you. Then of course there's color. So if you can't change the shape, change the color. So pink and white, usually, color combination reserved for women. But there's a designer, his name is Karim Rashid, he's Egyptian, and this is just part of his identity. And he has the coolest tattoos too. If you don't know who Karim Rashid is, follow him on Instagram. He explains a lot of the decisions that he has. He's famously designed so many products that are probably sitting on your countertop somewhere. He's an industrial designer. And then there's Rudy. I don't know if you know Rudy, but he's the man in red. He wears this in 100-degree heat. He's committed to this thing, okay? And then there's Ninja, Tyler Blevins, all blue. And they're owning the entire color palette. Now, I'm not suggesting that you go all top to bottom in color, but maybe pick an accent color and use that and use it consistently. So when people see that color, they identify it as you. It transfers over because you want to build brand assets, as we talked about yesterday. Then there's texture. I didn't know this term but I was looking this up on the internet. It's called Grandpa Core. Do you know about Grandpa Core? It's like where young hip people dress like grandpas. It's a good look. You laugh, but let me show you the fits. Yes, okay? And there's a designer based in New York, ALD, and he has some of the most fire fits. If you just go to ALD's website, when they do their collection, he also employs these two beautiful black men. They're twins. And just the styling of adding the scarf, adding some color and texture, and drawing inspiration from like vintage or things that look old, and mixing and matching things. There's a Portuguese girl, her name is Sofia Coelho. Sorry I butchered that, Drigo. But you know who Sofia is, anybody? Okay, these are her fits. And can you see the influence here? Like, I feel like she went into Grandpa's closet, pulled out a couple things, and the mixing of materials and shapes and textures, it's brilliant. I have that jacket, by the way, so. And then there's Todd Snyder, if you want to go a little bit more mainstream, about how he's being able to like pull together textures and colors, and I get really inspired by this. So for those of you who want to redesign your wardrobe, I usually give my friends this assignment. Go to Vogue, find a runway season. They've documented runways from like 4 seasons in a year, forever. Find a brand that you like, and then save 4 images from that. Then print them out and tape them to your closet wall. Okay? You may not have any of the pieces, or you might have some of the pieces, but every time you put something on, look in that picture and say, what am I missing? Because what I think is, when you see a runway, some of the most brilliant creative minds come together to figure out the exact accessory, bag, shoes, how long the hem should be, the eyewear and the hat and accessories, and you're going to get a masterclass if you can just do this. So it's shape, color, and texture. I'm almost done here. There was a line or a season from Alessandro Michele for Gucci, and I'm just so blown away by the looks. This is when you combine all of the ideas, different color, shape, and texture. And I just love these looks. And of course, my fave, Louis Vuitton, Virgil Abloh. And you can see like why I'm starting to wear skirts now. But I just love, like, look at the styling of those glasses, it's fierce. And wearing a trucker cap with that kind of, with the soccer gloves, amazing. And one more time with Todd Snyder for Woolrich Black Label. I just love the different shapes and the textures that are put together. So I want to help you create your own signature look, okay? And I'll give you the formula and I'll get off stage here.